Hi, welcome to How to Repair. This video is on how to change carbon brushes in a washing machine. We're working on a Teka, but it can be used for Haier, Samsung or Cooper Bosch or any other washing machine which is using an Indesco or Welling motor. The diagnosis on this machine is if the machine will not spin but will empty the water, or it fills with water but does not wash, then it's a good chance that the carbon brushes in the motor have failed. The first thing you need to do is disconnect the machine from the electricity supply and then remove the back cover. This is usually held on between 3 and 5 screws. Now, by pulling the belt slightly towards you as you rotate the pulley wheel, the belt will come off easily. Then we need to disconnect the motor, and now we're going to remove the motor. It is possible to change the carbon brushes in situ, but I do not recommend it. By taking the motor off, you will have clear sight of the carbon brushes and the work that you need to do. Now, later on in the video I will show you how to put this bolt back in, because the drum must be lifted to actually get the motor bolt out. And then once that's out, you need to pull the motor down towards you. Bit of a jiggle, this one, and then it's out. The first thing you need to do when you get the motor out is identify the type of motor. This one is a Welling. The reason that I say this is because when a manufacturer is producing a model of machine, during the production run they might actually run out of a certain motor and therefore start fitting a different type of motor. And this is why it is important that you actually obtain the type of motor before ordering your brushes. Right, we're just taking out the brushes from the motor, and as you can see, this first brush is heavily worn. Now we'll take the other side out. And here you can see a new brush on the top compared to the old brush on the bottom. I've removed it from its casing, but you can see it's heavily burnt on the end of the carbon. If the brush was still good, there would be a slight shine to it. Also, you can see that the commutator has been very badly scored. So what I'm going to do is use some very fine sandpaper. I'm actually using 320 grit. And I'm making sure it's a flat surface and then rotating the motor, just cleaning up the end of the commutator. By doing this, you're able to inspect the commutator to make sure there's no raised lugs or any damage to the commutator itself. But this one's in pretty good shape now. So we'll just insert the new brushes, remembering to always support the carbon when inserting the brush until it gets onto its location lugs. And once it's locked into place, just do up the screws. While I'm doing this, you'll find some links above which will take you through to the website and also to subscribe to our YouTube channel, as that's what keeps us going and able to make these free videos for you. And there's also a link to Facebook if you'd like to join us at Facebook. Now remember, when visiting the website, if you're looking for brushes for your machine, please quote model number and also the type of motor when looking for carbon brushes. If you can't find them straight away in the site and you need to contact us, do quote those two things. It will speed up the process for us to find the parts for you. Now, once all the wiring has been correctly fitted back onto the motor, just rotate the motor by hand, just to make sure that the carbons are sitting correctly onto the commutator. You'll hear a clicking noise if there's a high lug on the motor. But now we're just going to insert the motor back into the machine. Now on this machine they actually used a very long bolt to go through the two ends of the motor, and you've got to remember that when the motors are originally fitted, they're fitted before the drum is inserted into the machine, so to get these out is a little bit of a nightmare and to get them back in, but by using a piece of wood just to lift the drum you'll have no problem. Now, fitting the belt, this is quite important. Get it onto the motor and then halfway onto the drum wheel, and by rotating you'll actually get the belt on. Now this is important. Make sure once you've got the belt on that you've lined the belt up in the center of the pulley. You can adjust this by moving the belt up and down on the ribs on the motor, and then by rotating you'll actually see that the belt is just about sitting in the middle. Now we just need to reconnect the electrics and we'll be ready to put the machine on test. So I'm just going to set it to a quick spin cycle, and there we go, the drum's turning again. Well, we hope you found this video helpful. Please remember to visit the website for all tutorials on all domestic appliances. We hope you found it helpful, and please remember to subscribe to the channel as mentioned earlier. Thanks very much indeed for watching.